Did you know that 95% of your purchasing decisions are made in the subconscious mind? You think you're in control. You're not. Billionaires aren't selling products. They're installing software into your brain. This is the dark psychology of billionaire marketing. And once you see the framework, you can never unsee it. Welcome to the elite level of business strategy. We're going deep into the shadows to reveal how the 1% engineer your desire. Let's begin. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn the 3 precise psychological triggers used to manufacture desire at scale. This is critical for your success because in the modern attention economy, if you're not the one using the psychology, you're the one being used by it. This is critical for your success because in the modern attention economy, if you're not the one using the psychology, you're the one being used. This isn't just theory, this is the critical infrastructure of global dominance. Stay until the end, because I'm revealing the one shadow trigger, the most powerful psychological weapon in existence that most are afraid to mention. It's the mechanism that turns a one-time buyer into a lifelong disciple. Most people think marketing is about shouting features and benefits. They think if they show the product enough times, people will buy. But that world is dead. Traditional marketing is white noise. It's broken because it targets the rational mind. But that world is dead. Your brain has developed powerful defense mechanisms against traditional ads. You've learned to ignore banners and skip commercials. Billionaires know this. They don't try to break down your front door. They find the back entrance. We like to think we are rational beings. But the truth is, logic is just the story we tell ourselves to justify our emotional impulses. Billionaires don't talk to your logic. They talk to your instincts. They bypass your defenses. Billionaires understand that if you have to convince someone to buy, you've already lost. True marketing is silent. It's an environmental shift. In an era of information overload, the rational mind shuts down. We default to heuristics. To solve this, you need a new framework. 3 steps to total psychological resonance. Step 1. Manufactured scarcity. Billionaires create the illusion that the window is closing. If you don't act now, you're not just losing a product, you're losing status. Take Veblen goods. These are products where demand actually increases as the price goes up. Because if everyone can have it, nobody wants it. By making you wait, they are proving your unworthiness. And the human brain is wired to prove its worth. Step 2. Tribal identity. They don't sell a phone, they sell an invitation to a cult. You aren't buying a tool, you're buying a badge. Tribalism is hardwired into our DNA. Brands like Apple don't just sell tech, they define who is in and who is out. They make the brand an extension of your own ego. When the brand wins, you feel like you're winning. That's how they build an army of advocates who will defend their purchases with their lives. You're not a customer, you're a member of the elite. Step 3. Anchoring. They set a price so high, it changes your perception of value forever. They redefine what expensive even means. The human brain cannot calculate absolute value. It can only compare. Billionaires give you the comparison they want. When you see a $5,000 watch, the $500 one feels like a bargain. That's not a discount. It's a psychological anchor dragging your wallet down. They create the decoy, a product meant to never be bought, only to make the main product look like a steal. Step 4. The halo effect. They take one exceptional feature and let it illuminate the entire brand. If the design is beautiful, your brain assumes the performance is superior. They lead with the halo and let your imagination fill in the rest. By associating with excellence, the brand becomes excellence. They don't prove their quality. They mirror it from things you already admire. This is why billionaires spend millions on sponsorships, not for reach, but for the psychological transfer of prestige. Step 5. Reciprocity hacking. They give you something for free. A trial, an ebook, a piece of content. Your brain is hardwired to return the favor. This creates a psychological debt that can only be repaid with your loyalty and your credit card. The gift isn't a gift, it's an investment. They are buying the right to ask for a sale later. And because of the pressure of social reciprocity, most people find it impossible to say no. It's a polite trap that billionaires use to build massive pipelines. Let's look at a real-world example. Tesla. They didn't lead with green energy. They led with acceleration and elite performance. By positioning themselves as the car of the future's elite, they turned a commodity into a movement. They used every trigger. Look at Rolex. They don't sell timepieces. They sell an heirloom. a connection to the past and a promise to the future. By controlling supply and mastering the waitlist psychology, they've turned a mechanical tool into a global currency of achievement. Amazon is the master of frictionless consumption. By removing every psychological barrier between wanting and having, they've made spending money as easy as breathing. One-click ordering isn't a feature. It's a psychological weapon against rational delay. They leverage the "I want it now" instinct to bypass the part of your brain that thinks about the cost. Speed is the ultimate sedative for the rational mind. When the gap between desire and fulfillment is zero, the cost becomes secondary. Billionaires own the bridge. Disney masters emotional anchoring through nostalgia. They capture your heart when you're a child, ensuring that your wallet is open for the rest of your life. They aren't selling movies. They are selling the feeling of safety and wonder. It's a lifelong emotional contract. This lock-in ensures that you will pass the brand down to your children, creating a multi-generational dopamine loop. Billionaires don't just plan for the next quarter, they plan for the next generation. They anchor their brands in your most precious memories. Hermès takes scarcity to the extreme with the Birkin bag. You have to earn the right to spend $10,000. This manufactured barrier to entry creates a level of desire that defies all logic. That is the power of the billionaire playbook. It's extreme exclusivity. They don't want everyone to buy. They only want the people who are willing to struggle for it, because the struggle itself is what gives the product its value. Billionaires don't sell to the masses. They sell the masses' envy to the elite. It's a brilliant, dark cycle, but it goes deeper. Billionaires use mirror neurons to make you feel the success of their brand as your own. When you see a high-status individual using a product, your brain fires as if you were the one with the status. It's emotional contagion at scale. They leverage authority bias. When a billionaire endorses a vision, your brain stops questioning and starts following. You're wired for hierarchy. They don't just lead companies, they lead belief systems. And when you believe, you stop calculating the cost. They use priming, subtle cues in their environments, colors, sounds, scents that prepare your subconscious to say yes before you even see the product. Every Apple store is designed to make you feel like you are in a temple of the future. You are primed for awe. In the digital age, this manipulation is 24/7. They've built a digital serfdom where your data is the fuel for their psychological warfare. Every like, every scroll, every click is used to refine the algorithm that controls your desires. They own the map of your mind. They create echo chambers that reinforce their narrative, making any alternative thought feel like a betrayal of your tribe. You are locked in. The algorithm ensures you only see what reinforces your loyalty. This is the final frontier of marketing. Total mental isolation. Billionaires hack your sense of time through hyperbolic discounting. Your brain is biased toward immediate rewards, even if they are smaller. They offer you the quick win today, so you ignore the massive long-term cost. They are playing the long game while you play the minute. How do you win? Step 1. Awareness. Recognize the triggers as they happen. When you feel that sudden need, stop and ask, is this me or is it them? Awareness is the only shield against subconscious manipulation. Once you see the strings, they lose their power. Step 2. Rational delay. Force a 24-hour waiting period on any major purchase. This allows your rational mind to catch up with your emotional impulse. Time is the enemy of the billionaire's framework. Give yourself the space to breathe and the logic to decide. Step 3. Value alignment. Define your own values before the billionaires define them for you. If a brand doesn't fit your core, it's just noise. Don't let a marketing department tell you who you are. Reclaim your identity from the boardroom and live by your own metrics. Now, the secret. The shadow trigger. It's called investment escalation. Once you've spent even a small amount of time or money, you're trapped by your own ego. Billionaires make the first step easy, but the second step mandatory. It's the ultimate hook. They make it so you can't leave without admitting you were wrong. And billionaires know that most humans will pay anything to avoid being wrong. They turn your pride into a cage. This is how they build empires on the backs of your subconscious commitments. The game has changed. You can either be a player or you can be played. To start implementing these billionaire strategies today and build your empire, you need the full playbook. You need to understand the dark side of business to succeed in the light. Click the link in the description right now to get our new digital template and ebook. It's the blueprint to mastering the dark psychology of marketing. Join the 1%. Don't wait. The window is closing. I'll see you on the inside.